you are basically using your Eclipse IDE, in that case, you have to go to your help, and after that you have to go to your Eclipse marketplace, because it is not in by default, it is not there in your Eclipse IDE. So what you have to do, you have to just type that window over there, window builder. Actually, we have to install in our machine. So if you are going to write, even type window and then search, then you are able to see that. uh, Let me, yeah. So this window builder, and then you have to install it. So it will take at least 2 to 3 minutes. So after that, once your this window builder 1.9.3, this is the latest one. So if you are going to install this window builder, then what again, it is going to ask you some that you have to restart your ID. Okay, so as you can see over there, this window builder is already by default, I have already installed it on my machine. Okay, so that is why it is not asking me. So if it is not installed in your machine, then it is going to ask this thing. Okay, so you are going to see this install button over there now. So if it is already installed, and after that you have already what you can say that already restart your ID. After that, once you are going to open it, what you need to do, you have to just create some project. So this is a project which I have created over there, that is named as registration form BU, let's assume. And after that, in your source file, what you need to do, you have to go to your new for new, and after that what you want to create, because we want to use the functionality of your drag and drop. If you want to, and if you want to use the functionality of drag and drop, so what you need to do, you have to go to your others option, and in others option, where you have to go, you have to go to your window builder. So there are several options, several folders that are already being there in the wizard of your Eclipse IDE. So over there, what you have to go, because we have recently downloaded, okay, we have recently installed our window builder. So you have to go to your window builder, and then later on, because we want to use the functionality of your swing designer. Okay, so we want to create and we want to use the functionality of your swing designer. So as I have already told you in the class, so there are two options. So first is your container, and second one is your component part. So first, what you need to do, that in my lecture slide also, so I can show you over there. Yeah. So this is the thing. So this is known as basically your container part. So it is also known as your frame part. And these are your components. So how many components are there in this example? So right now we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components. Okay. So right now we are having 5 components we have created. Okay. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a JFrame, that container we are creating, and then we will go to next. And after that, whatever the name you want to give. So let's assume I want to give like login page. So in the first case, what I'm doing, I'm just creating a login page. So I have just written login page over there. Okay. So once I have written login page over there, so as you can see over there, you just go to that finish button now. So this is the login page, you can easily see over there. So this is these are the two tabs which you are going to see once you have created that JFrame class. Okay, so already you have created a frame class. So what are the basic functionalities that are basically related to your JFrame class? You are going to see all these methods as well as all these variables over there. So as I've already told you, so during my class, there's that this is the demonstration of your IDE. So these are the common methods. Okay, so yeah, so these are the common methods which you are going to see over there, like your add, your set size, your set layout, as well as set visible. So these are the main methods which you are going to use it when once you have created your you can say that once you have created your frame over there. So as you can see over there, inside this thing, you can see that border, set layout, and all these things, your set default close operation jframe dot exit underscore close. So as I've already told you, what is exit underscore on underscore close? So this is a static variable. Okay, and through this static variable you can close it, you can close, you can minimize, and you are basically getting the functionality of your close window. So but what we are going to do, once you whatever the question you are getting it, okay, in your exam as well as anywhere, if I will ask you to develop any application, so don't go for the coding part. Okay, I'm recommending you to, you can use that thing also, but I am recommending you to don't go for the coding part. Like for through coding part, don't create buttons, labels and all these such kind of things. Why? Because sometimes, as I can show you over there, so what you need to do, you have to just go to your design part. So as you can see over there, this is my design part and this is what my frame. So just click it over there. So it's up to you what kind of application you want. Okay, so suppose if I want an application like that, so I can use an application like that over there. Now after that, if you want to enter some title over there, so as you can see over there, here let me click it in over in this window, outside window, yeah. So if so you can put you can use these this property window. Okay, so from this property window you can perform whatever the operation you want to perform. So over there, if I want to enter anything, like I have created my BU Bennett University login form. I have created BU login Bennett University login form. So if I'm going to click it, so as you can see over there, I have already clicked. I have already created one this thing. So over there on the title bar, you can see this BU login form. Other than that, there are various components that are available in this palette. So if you are going to see this, if you are going to observe the entire palette system, so you are going to see that there are different containers that are available. So what you have to do, you have to practice it. Okay, just practice it by your own and just check and what are the various options, how can we make our own application more interactive. Okay, so these are the basic things which you can use it over there. So as you can see over there, there is a one more component that is very important component, and that component is layout. So what kind of layout you can use? So there are various layouts that are available in your that is provided in your Swing class. So, or sorry, in your Swing package. So Swing is basically a package. So which package you are importing? So if you are going to use so as you can see, once you are creating over there, so these are the basic packages which you are importing it over there. Okay, so let's assume instead of that thing, even if you are going to write import java x dot swing. Okay, just write this thing, because it might be possible in future you are going to write some you are basically using some functionality. Okay, some of the classes functionality, if you want to use during your coding part, then it will show you an error. Why? Because over there you are basically, if you want to use the functionality of JFrame, then you have used this class. Okay, you have imported only this class. But what I want, I just want to import the entire package. So whatever this is a package, your Swing package, and inside this Swing package you are having multiple classes, out of which these classes are your JFrame class, your JPanel class. So we are also going to see what are other classes like your label class and all those things. Okay, now after that, as you can see over there, okay, so over there what I have done, I have created this let me, okay, so I'm going to my login window again, this my design window, and inside this design window I can use different components. So what are the components I want to use it over there? So let's assume I want to use some labels. So I have written a label. So as I've already told you that this part, your layout part, is a very important part, because it depends upon your application, like what kind of layout you want. Sometimes it is required that you use this your grid layout. Okay, so if you want to use your grid layout, then in that scenario, as you can see over there, you can use for each for one grid you are going to enter only one component. But in a practical scenario, we generally prefer our absolute layout also, and I also recommend you to also go for your absolute layout. So in that scenario, whenever you want to use your absolute layout, so just click it on this your absolute layout and just click it on this your container. Okay, that is your frame. So inside this thing, once you have created clicked over there, so if we are going to our source code, so over there, as you can see over there, so we have just written what we are where set layout is equals to none. Okay, so whatever the things you are doing performing in your design window, your IDE is, you can say that your IDE is writing your code, okay, on your behalf. So whatever the thing we are performing it over there, your IDE is what it is creating. So if I can show you one more thing. If I am using this border layout and I've just click it over there, and if I'm going to show my source code, so as you can see over there, see, now set layout is your border layout. But we don't want any layout right now, because we just want to put components according to our will. So whatever the will, whatever the functionality we want to use, whatever the layout we want to use, it is not static. We want to change. It depends upon us. Okay, we don't want to use these available layouts. So what we are going to, I just click it over there in this thing, and now if I'm going to use this J label, J label is basically a text field through which whatever the message you want to enter over there. So suppose if I want to enter some message, so you can use this window. Okay, so this window is going to tell you about, so the message which I want to like, yeah, your BU, just I'm login, I'm just login form, I'm just writing over there. Okay, login form. So once I have written over there, so what I can do, I can increase the size also. Increase the size of this text field, this label field, and after that I can also perform various operations. Like there are various properties which I can change. So if I want to change its font size, so I just go to the font size, and after that, if you want to use Times New Roman, let's assume if you want to use Times New Roman, you just go to Times New Roman. If you want to use bold, because this is your you can say that header body, your header part. So, and after that you can increase the size also. Okay, so let's assume this thing. Yeah, I think the size is very large. Yeah, so what we'll do, we'll just decrease its size. Now it will be okay. So this is my label form. So just because of the functionality of absolute layout, what I can do, I can put whatever the place I want to put my this component. Okay, so these are also known as your component. So if I want to put this component over there, so I can put anywhere. So, but what is JLabel? JLabel is basically a class. Okay, so using this class, if somebody is going to ask you like what is login form, so what we have done, we have created an object. So whatever the functionality is, whatever the methods, if you want to access your class methods as well as the variables, then in that scenario you have to create an object. Okay, so as you can see over there, what is the name of that object? So by default your it is, even you can change the name of that object also. Okay, so the name of that object is LBL new label. So if you want to change that object, you can change that object also. So if you are going to our source file, so over source file, you can see over there, see over there we have created, so this is a JLabel class. Okay, so after JLabel class, what we have done, we have created this JLabel object, and using new, what we, not JLabel object, this is not a JLabel object, this is what a reference pointer. Okay, this is a reference pointer, and over there what we are doing, basically over there we are creating an object. Through this new keyword, what we are doing, we are creating an object of your JLabel class, and this is a constructor which we are calling it. So there are various constructors. So I think I have already mentioned in my during my class, like yeah, for labels, like these are the constructors that are there. So there are various labels. So if you don't want to pass anything, you just call this constructor. If you want to pass, so here right now we are using this constructor label. Okay. So if you want to use some this constructor, if you want to pass some image, then in that icon, then in that case you use this label. So these are the constructors that are already there in your JLabel class. So these are basically your constructors. So as you can see over there, the what operation we are performing in your inside your JLabel class, your constructor overloading, because you are having same name but different signatures. Okay, so you are basically using the concepts, whatever the concepts which we have learned in our entire this subject, your Java subject. Okay, object oriented programming using Java. So these are the basic constructors that are available over there. So let's move to over there. So as you can see over there, so whatever the thing you are designing it over there, your ID is writing their code, okay, by default. But the main question that comes into your mind, that if it is like that, so it is not a very big task. Okay, it is not a big task. What way if somebody is going to give me an exam, just give me an who give me a question that you have to design a form. Yes, I can design a form. So designing is very simple. What we do, we just go for drag and drop thing. Yeah. So what is the need of why we are learning our Java programming language? Is there any usage of that thing? So that thing is going to be done by your logical part. So it is not like that you are just using your designing part. So sometimes what happen, you want to add some sort of constraint over there. So I just I just show you what are the constraints over there. So let's see over there. As you can see, I have created one more label, and the name of that label I just want to write as, let me click it over there, name as your username. So this is my username label, and one more label I want to create. So you can also increase its size. Okay, you can also increase the size of these things, otherwise you cannot see. And one more label if I want to create, that label is your password label. Just write it over there. Now two labels we have created, and now I think most of you have already seen that what our login form is containing. Okay, so after these labels you are having some text field. So this is, let's assume this is my text field. So the name of the variable through which we are basically pointing out the object of this variable is name as your text field. So the variable name is what your text field. Okay. And one more field I want to add over there, that is your password. For password, even it's up to you that what is your question. So if somebody is going to us that you can show your password also, then in that case you can use your JText field. But if as you can see over there, whenever you are typing your password, nobody can see your password. Okay, whatever the text you are writing, you can see only those syntax like star hash, the star kind of syntax. Okay, so in that scenario, what you do, you just go for this thing, your J password field. So ahead of this thing, what you do, you just add this field, and you can place it anywhere, whatever the place you want to place it. Okay.